Deliciously with Ara. Ngayon gagawa tayo ng fried gizzard. So this fried chicken gizzard, ang gagawin natin today is gagamit tayo ng ating balon-balunan ng manok. We will fry it on a batter and then coat natin siya sa very special sauce mamaya na medyo spicy and tamis. So first of all, kailangan most importantly is our balon-balunan or our chicken gizzard. Kailangan na malinis siya. So what we can do is, pag bumili tayo ng ating gizzards from the groceries or market, tanggalin natin yung mga nakadikit na parang yellowish na rubbery ang dating, and then we have to wash them properly sa ating harina. When we gagamit tayo ng harina, it helps remove the smell of it na malansa. So that's another tip for you to how to clean our balon-balunan. Ngayon, hihiwain natin siya. So if we get our chicken gizzard, meron siyang parang matabang part na dalawa. Ang gagawin natin is hiwain natin siya sa gitna and then we're gonna make it a bite size. Mag-half pa tayo ulit, pa crosswise and lengthwise. So we're gonna cut it in the half. So mangyayari, hiwain natin ng pahati yung ating matabang part. So tapos na ako maghiwa ng ating balon-balunan. Actually, because this muscle part ng ating manok, mahirap talaga ma-marinate yung flavor niya. So what we have to really do when we make our batter mamaya and also our sauce is really kailangan medyo maalat ng konti kaysa ibang luto natin para ma-fully ma-achieve natin yung flavor niya. So while gagawa tayo ng batter, dahil simple lang naman, we'll try to heat up our oil. So we need to really deep fry it so have enough oil to cover up our chicken gizzard. And I'm just gonna get another bowl. So for our batter mixture, we're gonna use flour and water and baking powder. So I'm gonna need 1 cup of our flour. So I'm just gonna use isang baso para lang makita natin. But feel free to adjust mamaya depending on the density. So this is around 1 cup ng flour. And gumamit tayo ng 1 kilogram ng balon-balunan. So you can always adjust later on the amount of it. And sa 1 cup ng ating flour, gagamit tayo ng kalahating cup ng ating tubig. So just around 1/2 cup. And mag-add tayo ng baking powder. This is optional. Kung wala kayong baking powder, okay lang na naman na wala. But it helps make our batter crispier mamaya. So I'm gonna need around 1/3 ng tablespoon. So 1/3. And then for our salt, kailangan medyo maalat ng konti yung ating batter. I'm gonna add 1/2 teaspoon ng ating spoon. And mag-add ako ng konting pepper. Siguro mga 4-5 pinches. 1, 3, 4. And haluin natin ang ating mixture. So if you can see na medyo nag-doughy ng konti, we'll just add a little bit of water lang. Siguro mag-add ako ng mga 1/4 cup. So, sa 1 cup ng flour at 3/4 cup ng harina, ng water medyo yung consistency niya is parang madikit na ating parang batter. Parang pag tinataas natin siya, parang we can already make some, parang pang cake batter. We're gonna put our gizzard on our mixture, diretso na. And then haluin natin siya ulit. So tapos na yung ating batter mixture, we need to fry it, deep fry sa 180 degrees na ating oil. Now, another oil test we can do is kuha tayo ng konting batter, itatapon natin, and then pag umakyat siya sa count of 3, that's ready for frying already. 1, 2, 3. I think medyo mainit ng konti. So I'll just lower the fire ng a little bit. And we're gonna start scooping in ang ating gizzard sa ating oil. So, hinina ko ng konti yung ating fire, and then I'm gonna start putting in. So once na golden brown na siya, we'll remove it from the fire. At patayin ko na yung aking apoy. Be careful kasi di ba it's a mussel. So meron siya parang nare-retain na water sa loob. So when you fry it, baka pumutok sila. So really be careful always when you deep fry. So now I've already drained our fried chicken gizzard. Gagawa naman tayo ng special sauce. So ngayon, gagawa tayo ng sauce, which we call it in Korea, like a kanplung sauce. This is a parang sweet, spicy, and medyo sour ng konti. It's a masarap na sauce, maganda pang partner sa mga karne. So I'm gonna be needing something like orange, like something colorful. So I have here bell pepper na red, and I have something, a little bit of orange na carrots, and I have here onions pang white, and some leeks, spring onions pang green. So we're gonna all chop them off na maliliit. So tapos na ako mag-cut ng ating mga gulay, we're gonna first stir-fry our onions. The other vegetables are actually just for the color. So whatever you have in the house na assorted ang color, you can use it. So we're gonna first open our fire. And ilalagay ko yung aking ginisang sibuyas. And mag-drizzle tayo here with around 3 tablespoons ng mantika. So 1, 2, 3. So ngayon, we will drizzle in our oil our sili labuyo. This is very spicy, so whatever you want na level ng spiciness nyo, pwede kayo mag-adjust. So I'm gonna have this in 1/3 lang. The sili, when you drizzle it sa oil, it gives you parang fragrant na smell. So I really love yung sili sa oil. So I'm just gonna put the sili there. Tanggalin ko yung ulo. So as you can smell already yung parang aromatic amoy na manghang from the sili labuyo and the onions, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. So after naglagay ako ng ating bawang, we're gonna make our sauce already. This 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. And for something sweet, 1 tablespoon of sugar. You can use whatever sugar you have, white or brown or washed. So, 1 tablespoon. And we need 2 tablespoons ng toyo. 2. And just for the kick of the bite sa ating flavor, we're gonna need 2 tablespoons ng suka. And maglalagay tayo ng 5 tablespoons ng ating water. And then haluin lang natin siya until medyo mag-sizzle lahat ng ating mga flavors na nilagay natin. So as you can see, medyo natutuyo yung ating sauce. And nag-melt fully yung ating mga sugar and nag-blend na lahat. We're gonna add all our vegetables na chinop natin for color. So I'm gonna add our carrots, bell pepper, tsaka ang ating green or spring onions, just for the color brightness lang. And then, totoss ko lang. And I'm gonna turn off the fire. So now, here on the sauce, I'm gonna toss here yung ating na pritong kanina na chicken gizzard. So we're gonna add here, we're gonna put it on the pan. So, tada! Here's our fried gizzard sa kampung sauce or the spicy sweet sauce. As you've seen, di ba napakamura lang ng gizzard, but we can make it into a delicacy. And I hope you like our recipe for today. Please continue to like and subscribe our channel, Deliciously with Ara. See you next time! So now, subukan ko ang ating fried gizzard. Let's try. Very crunchy. Ang napaka-chewy niya. And you know the sauce, the kampung sauce, the sweet spicy sauce, it's parang perfectly nagbe-blend doon sa ating napriyatong balut-balunan. It's actually a perfect blend. Pwede ito pang appetizer, snacks, merienda, or even pang ulam. Do you like it?